Hi, I'm Dickie Davis, Business Development Director of Tower Street Finance, an FCA regulated lender. We've been asked by the Co-op to give an explanation of our products and how they can help you and your clients. Our products are all designed around accessing inheritance sooner. Hi, I'm going to talk to you about Inheritance Advance. It's a product which allows beneficiaries to get hold of their inheritance sooner. We know from our research that it can take up to 12 months or even longer before the money is released from the estate. We also know that 1 in 3 people are relying on inheritance to clear their debts. The product is a bit like a loan, except you don't pay it back. We don't do any credit checks, there's no charge on property, there's no monthly repayments, it doesn't need to be a will. It's the estate that pays the money back and there's no risk to you. So, Jim, obviously partners are very important in this process. So what are the benefits of these products for a partner?
So first and foremost, this is a product that is an extra service that partners can offer to their customers. We know from our research that 75% of people going through probate rely on their professional advisors to give them access to these types of products. The second thing, of course, is that people that are going through probate need access to their inheritance quickly, and by giving them this liquidity early, it means that they don't have to make phone calls into their law firms and other advisors trying to find out when their inheritance is becoming available.
Okay, all right. And have any partners expressed any concerns about the product?
There should be no concerns about the product. Fundamentally, once the loan is made, we absorb all risk, and that's risk to the beneficiary and risk to the partner. From a beneficiary point of view, if the inheritance doesn't actually liquidate on time or for the amount that we've advanced, we don't pursue them for any shortfall. Similarly for the partner, although we ask them for information about the estate, that information isn't warranted, and we then do our own underwriting based on both that information and our own research to come to a decision about exactly how much we're comfortable to advance.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Welcome, and I'm Jill Steele, Director of Law Skills Limited, a company which enjoys working with leading legal minds. And in that role, of course, I do a lot of training, but I'm also looking for innovative products and services which can enhance the delivery of a law firm's work and products to their client base. And in that respect, I've been delighted to discover a new set of products offered by Tower Street Finance. So even though we've got a straightforward estate, it could well be that a beneficiary is desperate for some funds. It might not just be probate delays at the probate registry. It might not be the sort of things that I've just mentioned. It could just be that they're really keen to get some help because they're paying for care, or they've got school fees, or they've got some kind of worry that's troubling them. So could it be that somebody could turn to you, Dickie, at Tower Street Finance and say, well, what can you do to help me, a beneficiary, in those sort of situations?
Absolutely, and that was the reason why we launched our first product, which is over a year ago now. The Inheritance Advance does what it says in the tin. It allows beneficiaries to get hold of their inheritance earlier. We did a lot of customer research before launching, spoke to a number of beneficiaries, and over a third of people said, if this was available, I would have taken advantage of it. And since we've done some more customer research, it showed, and backed up the figures you said, a lot of people just don't realise how long the process takes. And it's not that people are being difficult, it just takes that long to do it, at least that long. The product is available to all people, irrespective of their credit backgrounds. We've had lots of people in many different situations. It's a quick and easy process. If you want to find out more, please do get in touch. An IHT loan is a product for executors with an IHT bill to pay but no means to pay it. We know there are lots of estates that are asset rich and cash poor and are effectively locked. IHT has to be paid within 6 months of date of death, and the average IHT bill is £200,000. An IHT loan from Tower Street Finance is no risk to the executor. There's no credit checks, no charge of property, no monthly repayments, and no requirement for will. We pay the money directly to HMRC, and it's low risk to the executor. So Jim, we know an IHT loan is great for executors, but what benefits are there for a partner?
So first and foremost, it's going to allow partners to unlock the estate where you've got an estate that's asset rich and cash poor. By paying the IHT early, we can then allow those partners to get the grant of probate and then move through the administration of the estate in the best possible time.
Okay. And have partners voiced any concerns about the product?
So there are no risks to either the partner or the executor, because ultimately the IHT is repaid from the estate. Again, what we look at is we look at the partners to provide us information on the estate, but we supplement that with our own information, and therefore we don't rely on the information that the partner provides. Once the estate is ready to liquidate, we expect that the partner will pay us back as a testamentary expense, and if there is any shortfall, then we bear that risk.
Okay, so really is no risk.
Absolutely none.
Okay, thank you.
Well, as a way of unlocking the assets, it's certainly something to be taken into account. Wouldn't you agree, Rachel?
I agree, and I think also when you're dealing with the probate, you've got certain time limits, you've got to get the grants within, and if it can help and simplify some of that process to do that, it takes some of that worry away of sort of scrapping around to find assets to settle the bill.
So IHT loan is great for executors that don't have the means to pay the IHT bill. So get in touch if you want to find out more. The inheritance dispute funding product is for those people who want to deal with an inheritance dispute but don't have the means to do so. We know that 1 in 4 people in the UK would challenge inheritance if they felt it was unfairly distributed. Other providers charge up to £5,000 in upfront costs to assess a case, and quite often the answer is no, we don't charge that. We work with a solicitor to work out the chance of the case, and thereafter it's our risk. There's no credit checks, no charge of property, no monthly repayments, and no requirement for a will. We pay the costs, and the estate repays the funding at the end of the process. So this is a great product for our partners then, Jim. Would you agree?
Absolutely. First and foremost, this is going to work for partners that either don't have a deferred fee arrangement or a contingent fee product, or would prefer to pass on the risk of not being paid to us. When a customer takes on one of our products, we pay 100% of the fee, and we take the full risk on the outcome of the case. That means that win, lose or draw, the partner is always going to get paid. Secondly, because we look at the inheritance, we can make very quick decisions and give those decisions to our partners in the shortest possible time frame.
And have partners expressed any concerns about this product?
Partners should have absolutely no concerns about this product. What we ask from the partner are details about the inheritance, and we underwrite on the basis of that. That means that there is no liability on the partner if the case is unsuccessful. As a responsible lender, what we're very, very keen on, though, is that we will only look at cases where the customer is guaranteed an outcome. These will include looking at minimum inheritances. We will also take a view on strong 1975 Act claims.
Definitely, I think a lot more conflict coming up in estates, and I think there is also an assumption by a beneficiary that their fees will automatically be paid from the estate or from the fund, which of course it may well be in due course, but you've got to fund it to get there, haven't you?
Absolutely.
So the inheritance dispute funding product really is a great product for our partners. So please get in touch to find out how we can help you, help your clients. The estate expense funding product is for executors who are faced with unexpected costs in the process of managing an estate. This can include funeral expenses, professional fees, property maintenance and repairs. The product is no risk to executors. There's no credit checks, no charge of a property, no monthly repayments and no requirement for a will. We pay all the costs and the loan gets repaid out of the proceeds of the estate. So Jim, seems like a fantastic product for executors. What about benefits for partners?
So for partners, what this allows is access to liquidity right the way through the administrative process. We can pay costs both that have been accrued and on an ongoing basis, which means that they can meet any of their testamentary expenses very quickly as soon as they're incurred.
Okay. And have partners expressed any concerns?
So partners should have absolutely no concerns about this product. First and foremost, the executor or personal representative can bind the estate to any testamentary expense, and this can happen both pre and post grant of probate. Even if the executor or personal representative then changes through the probate process, the actions of the first are binding on the second. That means that the estate will repay the loan in any circumstances. If, however, the estate cannot repay the loan because there's insufficient liquidity, we then bear all of that credit risk.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I was very interested actually, Dickie, in the new testamentary expenses product that you've been looking at, because what we're finding increasingly is estates again become illiquid because there's only a house, say, very large property, and you can't sell it for quite some time for whatever reason. But there's still a lot of expense that needs to be dealt with over and above paying the inheritance tax. And those need to be funded, and you've obviously thought about a solution for that.
Oh, this has all been really interesting, Dickie, but of course none of us can really guess what someone's personal situation is until it presents itself. So what happens if the individual, be it the estate, the executor or the beneficiary's circumstances, don't kind of fit to the criteria we've been talking about?
That's interesting, because one of the things we say internally is we do not have a typical customer, and as you guys know, every customer situation is different. And how we like to position this is we're here to solve problems. So just come and talk to us about a particular situation, be it the beneficiary, the executor or the solicitor, and we look to solve the problem. It may even be the case, we've done it already, where perhaps it's more than one product is required to solve the problem, and we can do that. Estate expense funding is a fabulous product for both partners and executors, so please get in touch to find out more. As you can see, we have a deep knowledge of the probate sector. We've got relevant products for your customers. We can solve problems in most situations. We're easy to work with and we can give you a quick decision. Whatever your situation, please get in touch to see if we can help you and your clients today.